Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. Today is episode number 227, and I'm going to teach you the skill of using the discomfort of urges to help you lose weight. Stay tuned. Hello, all my dear friends. How are you today? Well, let me tell you how I am. I'm amazing. And you want to know why? Because I just got through with a 2-week staycation. I didn't go anywhere. I told you this in one of my podcasts that I wasn't going anywhere because there's nowhere for me to go. But it was time for me to take a break. I was tired. My body was tired. My brain was tired. And this is what I tell you guys all the time. You know, you have to be a body whisperer and you have to listen to your body. And I kind of forgot because I wasn't going anywhere and I didn't have any vacations. So finally, my body spoke loud enough. I can't say that it was a negative too. It was a little bit louder, but I finally heard it. And I took a couple of weeks off, and it was right during my birthday, which is what I love to do. I love to celebrate my birthday, and I love to celebrate it long, and that's exactly what I did. And now I can tell you that my body feels relaxed, my brain is open, and I'm so much better as a coach to my clients, and so much better as a host for this podcast where I'm speaking to you. And I want to encourage all of you that if you're working and you have no vacations planned, you still have to take time off and just go inside your own body and get a feel for what's going on and then decide exactly what you want to do. Listen, if you don't take care of your body, who is going to? Which leads me to this idea of what I want to talk to you about today, because it is about discomfort. And as you all know, I'm doing a beautiful, exciting group class right now using my 12-week program that I use with my individual clients. I'm doing it in a group format, and it is so exciting to teach all of these tools that I use with my individual clients in a group. And right now, you know, we're talking about emotional hunger, and we're just starting on urges. And a lot of the people in this group are talking about how hard it is. And this is what I want to tell you, and this is what I told them, is that, yeah, it's hard. But this is the thing that you have to understand about this discomfort, is that many of my clients and many people in this group are probably one of the difficult times of the day for them is in the evening. And in the evening is when these urges are this strong desire that you feel in your body to want to do something, to want to put something in your mouth really pops up. And I want to teach you something about this discomfort that I think will help you as you go forward. Because here's the deal. For most of you, many of you have had a lot of discomfort about your body and about how you're treating it, maybe for the last 20 to 30 years. Because for sure, that was me. I was so uncomfortable with gaining weight and losing weight. Should I eat this and shouldn't I eat that? And what am I doing and what am I not doing? Blah, blah, blah. The discomfort of that was something that I never, ever in my entire life ever want to relive again. And I know that that's where many of you are. And I know that's where everyone is that's in my group right now, is they are sick to death of doing the same old thing and gaining the same old weight and trying to decide what to eat and what not to eat and, you know, restricting themselves and all of that stuff and feeling deprived. Yuck! That is uncomfortable. And that type of discomfort, all it leads to, it doesn't lead you anywhere. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you feel very, very uncomfortable. But here's the thing that I was talking about to my clients in this group that I really want to impart to you right now, especially if you're one of those people that when either you come home from work or it's the end of the day and the evening is coming and your little brain has some ideas for you about what it needs. Like, I need something sweet. I need something to do. I need something to crunch. I need something to do with my TV time. I need something to do because my husband's doing it. I need something to do because my wife is doing it. And it all involves putting something in your mouth. All of those things that I just told you are basically just thoughts. And those thoughts create an urge or desire to eat something that is going to light your little brain up. It's going to give it a nice dopamine hit. Now, if you have a brain that's been greatly rewarded for this kind of behavior over the years, then it's really talking loud to you. These urges get very loud at very specific times. And for many of you, it's at the end of the day when everything starts to calm down and you start to think that you need a break. And the break that you think that you need is to eat or drink something when you're not hungry. Now, this thing that I'm talking about and these thoughts that I'm talking about cause an urge. And this urge is emotional hunger. And it's negative emotional hunger that can go from a 0 to a -10. -10 is the strongest discomfort or urge that you can have. Like you think you're going to jump out of your skin if you don't put it in your mouth right away. And a 0 or a -1 is very, very light. You can quite kind of feel it, but you could also maybe ignore it. But somewhere in there, these urges keep getting stronger and stronger. These are very, very uncomfortable. I want you to know that. I want you to know that I acknowledge that. But here's what I want to tell you about this discomfort of these urges, no matter how strong they are, that when you give into them, all you do is make them stronger the next time they come around. All you're doing is rewarding that primal part of your brain to say, give it to me again, like a little toddler or a little kid that is a spoiled brat that's used to getting what it wants, even though it isn't good for it. That's what's happening in your brain. Every time you say, I just want something sweet. I just want something to crunch on. I just need something right now. And you give into that, you are rewarding it, and it's going to do it again a little bit stronger. So here's what I want to offer you about that. If you know that you are creating the urge, which you are, with your mind, that is just a thought, that I want something sweet, I want something to do, I need something to relax. Those are just thoughts. They create emotional hunger, which is called an urge. And this urge can be as not uncomfortable, like a 0, not that bad, to a -10, which is a terrible, terrible feeling in your body that needs it right away. So wherever you are on this, what I want you to know that this discomfort actually serves a purpose. Now I want you to hear me very, very clearly. The discomfort that you've had for these 20 to 30 years over how you feel about your body and how you feel about what you put in your mouth and the obsession that you have about food and all of that stuff, that's uncomfortable. It goes nowhere. It does not lead you to anything positive. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again. But now that you know about this emotional hunger and these urges, what you know is that if you give into this discomfort, you just create more discomfort of what you've been having for the last 20 to 30 years. It just keeps going. But if by listening to this podcast right now, just like the people in my group right now, what they're starting to understand is that discomfort, if they let it just go through them, that terrible discomfort of wanting it, if they let it pass through them and they don't eat it, they get stronger and the discomfort gets less. So it actually serves a purpose. There's a purpose to feeling that discomfort. And if you can say to yourself, if I can get through this, it will get easier and not harder. That's really good news for you in your brain and your prefrontal cortex, because your brain's saying, I'm going to die if you don't give it to me. And actually, you're going to, in some respect, you're going to die if you keep giving it to it, because you keep living in this life you've created of not wanting the body that you have, the food that you have. You keep creating the same scenario over and over again when you think that by giving into this discomfort, that you're making yourself more comfortable. But all it does is leads to more discomfort. So the purpose of an urge is to let it go through and not give into it. And the more that you do it, the purpose that it serves is it makes you stronger and powerful. That when you see something, an object of your desire, it's nighttime, and maybe your husband or your wife is pouring a glass of wine and says, honey, how would you like a glass of wine? And you've already decided you're not drinking wine. And then your little brain says, oh gosh, we really need to relax right now, don't we? We really could use it. You can feel it and you start feeling that urge creeping up into your body, depending on how strong it is. It could be a -8, like you can't get it down fast enough. Or it might be like more like a -2 where it's like, no thanks, I'm not going to drink it. But even if it's at a -8, you can just say, this is what an urge feels like. This is what it feels like to want something when I know it's not going to help me. And the best thing that I can do right now is let myself feel it all the way through, because this discomfort will help me become more comfortable. Do you understand what I'm saying when I tell you that? How important it is to be able to let yourself feel the discomfort of an urge. Now, I know none of you want it, and I know a lot of you think, well, look at everybody else that they can eat whatever they want and they don't have to go through all this. That's not true. That's not true. Some people's brains are better trained than others. I'm teaching you how to train your brain because it's not trained. The way your brain is trained right now, it's trained to think that this is uncomfortable and I need to make you more comfortable. And it doesn't make you more comfortable. It is a lie. You know, your brain does not always tell you the truth. I want you to know that. You know that. A thought is just a thought. If you believe it, you think it's true. If you don't believe it, then it's not. When you think you want something sweet, or when you think you got to do what somebody else is doing, or you're in a social group and everybody is doing something and you want to be doing it too, for whatever reason that you want to do it, either because you want to please somebody else or you're worried about what somebody else is going to think of you, or I just want what they're doing, it's an urge. And it's uncomfortable. And the thing that you can tell yourself in the moment is, this is an urge and it's uncomfortable. And if I allow it to go through me, I will get stronger and be more powerful. If I give into it, I lose my power to the urge. And you don't want to do that. You want to own your own power about everything, including this. So what I am doing for you this week is I actually have a worksheet that you can get in my show notes this week. Or you can go to drdebbutler.com/urge, URGE. And it's a worksheet that I'm using in my group right now with the women that are in this group about how to handle these urges, how to make the discomfort purposeful, how to use the discomfort of an urge to help you. And it's pretty self-explanatory on this worksheet, but I want to explain it to you just a little bit, just like I'm explaining it to this group. We're in our group right now, we're in our 4th week. So I want you just to be thinking about this group because it's going to open up again in September. And if you want to really learn this work really good the way they're learning it, you might think about signing up for my next group. You know, it sold out pretty quickly the last time when I offered it. But it's going so well, I'm going to offer it again, and I want to put it in your little brain that there are ways to learn this if you can't do it on your own. But I'm going to give you the exact worksheet that I'm using right now for you to do it. And really, it's just making a decision. You want to do it? Let me tell you how to do it. It has 3 columns on this worksheet. The first column is the object of your desire. The second column is your unmanaged thought. And the third column is your managed thought. Now, what we know about this urge worksheet is the more you can create managed thoughts that create urges, like you're going to have a thought that's unmanaged, like I just want something sweet. You see a cookie and you think, I want something sweet, which makes you think you should eat it. It creates the urge. So if you eat it, you make it stronger. But if you do what I'm telling you to do, is that you're going to feel this urge. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But then you decide to think something else, which might be, if I don't eat this, I'll get stronger. That's called a managed thought. It allows the urge to come through and calms it down. Now, what I know about this worksheet and what I know about managing your urges is the more managed thoughts that you can come up with, that you can see, the easier urges will become. Now, let me explain that to you one more time. On this worksheet, you're going to have the object of desire, which could be a cookie. You're going to have a thought, which could be, I want something sweet. I want something crunchy. I want what he wants. I want what she wants. Whatever it is that creates the urge. The urge doesn't come from the cookie. It comes from your mind. And the mind, the unmanaged thought, is probably something that you have thought so many times that you actually think it's true. Yeah, I do want a cookie. Of course I want to cook. Of course I want something sweet. No, it's just a thought. You don't need something sweet. Your brain just says, I say I want something sweet and you give it to me. And now your brain says I want something sweet and you say, it'd be a whole lot better for me if I didn't eat it. The more you put down on this urge worksheet, your unmanaged and managed thoughts, the easier it becomes to calm down these urges. So let's just say for the next week, you get down 10 of these. And then the week after, another 10. If you can end up with 50 managed thoughts, like every time you feel an urge, you notice what you're thinking, and then you decide to think something else. Pretty soon, you're going to have some managed thoughts that are going to feel as easy to use as the unmanaged thoughts you've been using for 20 to 30 years. Like, I want something sweet. No, I don't. I don't really want something sweet. I would feel much better if I didn't eat it. I would feel much stronger if I didn't eat it. I know it feels like I want it, but I know it's not going to help. Those are all managed thoughts. The more you have, the stronger you get. So that's what I want you to think about this week, guys. I'm really clear. I know how good this podcast is because my mind is clear because I've been on staycation and I'm filled with ideas. And I know these urges and I know how uncomfortable it is, but they serve a purpose. Use them. Use them to help you. No matter what else you do this week, write it down, use the worksheet, and see if you can come up with 10. And I promise you that you will make the discomfort of urges serve a purpose, which is going to make you feel much, much more powerful. It's going to lead you somewhere you actually want to be. Okay, so you know what else I'm going to say, because I say it every week, but I'm saying it again. As you're filling out this urge worksheet, and really learning how to sit with your discomfort, no matter what else you do as you're doing it. Do it because you want to be. This is a way of being very, very kind to yourself. So please, please, please be very kind to yourself. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
If you're ready to take your eating issues to another higher, more improved level, well, it's time to talk to my wife, Dr. Deborah. She's helped hundreds and thousands of people. Just visit drdebbutler.com/work with me. You'll get a free consultation with Dr. Deb and find out if coaching and talking to my wife is a solution to your struggles.